Hello, Seawolves, and welcome to this week's edition of the Stony Brook Media Group. I'm Imra Ahmed.
And I'm Maya Duclay. Let's jump right into our top stories. Yesterday, the Office of the Provost at Stony Brook University confirmed that the U.S. government terminated the student visas of 11 international students. No reason was provided for the termination. Last month, the Department of State launched a catch and revoke initiative which relies partially on artificial intelligence to identify, quote, foreign nationals who appear to support Hamas or other designated terror organizations. This group has resulted in the visa cancellations of hundreds of students and new graduates from over 120 universities, with reasons ranging from campus activism to minor misdemeanors. The provost's email, signed by several university leaders, assured that Stony Brook's Office of Global Affairs is in contact with those affected and is monitoring the situation. The university reaffirmed for students to seek guidance through campus immigration resources.
6 people, including 3 children, were killed after a helicopter carrying a family of tourists crashed into the Hudson River in New York. The family, which included 3 young children, had been on a sightseeing tour when the helicopter lost control after turning near the George Washington Bridge and crashed into the river. Rescue teams arrived shortly after the crash, but despite efforts, all 6 victims were declared dead. The incident is under investigation by the National Transportation Safety Board. This crash is a reminder of previous deadly helicopter accidents in New York City, including one in 2018 and another in 2009.
To bring it closer to campus, Imra, have you seen all of the beautiful trees and flowers that have been in bloom?
Yeah, they're kind of hard to ignore. It's really starting to feel like summer.
I know, I'm so excited. Now let's throw it over to Stamatia Katsaros to hear more about the weather.
Well, Stony Brook, it has been a rainy and gloomy past week, and it still looks that way. This live shot from our friends at EarthCam shows the clouds are overcast, but don't worry, I have some sunny good news for next week. Before it gets better, unfortunately, it's going to be a rainy weekend. Today will be rainy, followed by winds at night and a high of 52, with our low getting down to 41. Saturday and Sunday about the same. Sunday showers shouldn't last too long, with our high of 49 on Saturday and our low of 40, and our high of 55 on Sunday with our low of 42. Moving on to our bright and sunny Monday, our high of 62 degrees and our low dropping down to 47 at night. Tuesday, our high will be up there in the 60s again, 65 for our high and our low down to 42. The sun will be playing a little bit of peekaboo on Tuesday, but it still will be warm and a great day. Wednesday will be a little windy, our high of 55 and our low getting down to 42. And to end it off, on Thursday, our highs are right back up there in the mid-50s and our low not dropping too far below 40 with the sun out all day. That's it for weather. Back to you at the news desk.
Thanks, Stamatia. Imra, it seems like the rain is falling this weekend, just like the stocks are.
Oh, really? Well, let's throw it over to Vyong Hao and Christopher Yang with the Political Corner to learn more.
Hello and welcome back to another edition of the Political Corner, where we bring you the latest in U.S. politics. I'm Vyong Hao and I'm here today with a lovely co-host.
I'm Christopher Yang and thank you for having me.
Of course. Welcome to the segment. I haven't seen you on camera in some time.
Well, I've been a bit busy trying to stay on top of the stock market investments. I have to keep my eye out for what's happening.
Really? What's happening? How does your stock portfolio look like right now?
Oof. Well, it's great that you ask because my portfolio has been all over the place and it's been hard to keep up with all these new changes. This past week, President Donald J. Trump has issued and reversed a multitude of steep tariffs against nearly 60 countries. Although he has paused implementing these high-cost tariffs on most countries for the next 90 days, Trump did not extend this courtesy to China.
What started out as an initial 34% tariff has now totaled to a whopping 145% tariff on the manufacturing giant. This comes after China retaliated by placing an initial 34% tariff and then later raising it to 84%. At the moment, Trump announced on Truth Social that countries will still face a 10% tariff during the 90-day pause to flesh out trade negotiations.
Last week, we reported the U.S. experiencing one of the worst losses it has had since 2020. As the time of the recording, behind me is live footage of the S&P 500. Now with Trump showing the international market some leniency, the S&P 500, Dow Jones, and NASDAQ all showed a positive surge, especially with the S&P 500 as it increased by 9.5%, the largest increase it has seen since 2008.
Unfortunately, however, the losses we experienced yesterday did offset some of the gains we saw on Wednesday. To this date, the 3 major indexes have still indicated notable declines.
Vyong, with the steep tariff on Chinese products, how are your Smisky and Sunny Angel collection?
Let's I'll figure something out, honestly. But as I said, I'll manage, right? Now, in other news, the House passed a bill yesterday that would require proof of citizenship when registering to vote in federal elections. This comes as an effort to codify one of Trump's executive orders for his second term in office.
The bill, known as the Safeguard American Voter Eligibility Act, passed with a 202 to a 208 vote. 4 Democrats hop over the aisle to join the House Republican majority in passing the bill. It now heads to the Senate, where the Republicans will need Democratic support to overcome a 2/3 majority vote.
In an ex-post formerly known as Twitter, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer said the bill will be dead on arrival in the Senate. Speaking of immigration updates, New York City Mayor Eric Adams is now allowing Immigration and Customs Enforcement, also known as ICE, back into jail complexes on Rikers Island. This will end the federal agency's 10-year hiatus from the area.
That's right, Viong. In an executive order first issued by Deputy Mayor Randy Mastro and then later by Adams, ICE will have an office inside the jail complexes to help keep all New Yorkers safe, according to Mastro. In addition, other government agencies like the Federal Bureau of Investigation have gained the same access.
This announcement has caused great concern among civil rights groups and immigration lawyers, as the move supposedly violates the spirit of New York City's sanctuary laws and could give ICE a foothold to reestablish its deportation pipeline at Rikers Island. There are even concerns that this executive order from Adams could help with Trump's broader deportation efforts. Chris, what do you think about ICE and other government agencies gaining more access to Rikers Island?
This marks a monumental change for the incarceration system in New York City. And with Adams working with Trump, who knows what can happen?
And that's all from us at the Political Corner. Back to you two at the desk.
Thanks, Viong and Chris.
Now let's hear from the world beyond New York as Zoe Buswitz takes us around the globe with international news.
Thanks, guys. Last Tuesday, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky announced that the Ukrainian military had captured 2 Chinese men fighting alongside the Russian army in Ukraine. According to the Associated Press, the Ukrainian government claims that more than 150 Chinese mercenaries are fighting alongside the Russian army on Ukrainian soil. China is a longtime supporter of Russia's war on Ukraine, single-handedly supplying 80% of products Russia needs to sustain the war. The Chinese government denies these claims, with Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Lin Jian urging Chinese citizens to, quote, stay away from conflict zones, avoid getting involved in any form of armed conflict, and especially refrain from participating in any party's military operations. Meanwhile, back at the front, Ukraine continues to fight for its survival. Tragedy struck in the Dominican Republic this week when a nightclub roof collapse killed over 200 people. The Jet Set, a famed merengue club in Santo Domingo, was packed with A-list concertgoers on Tuesday. The tragedy hit the Major League Baseball community particularly hard. Among those in attendance to see merengue singer Ruby Perez were former Mets pitcher Octavio Dotel, former Washington Nationals player Tony Blanco, and Nelsie Milagros Cruz Martinez, sister of star baseballer Nelson Cruz. Our hearts go out to all families affected by the club collapse. This news from China might sweep you off your feet. Millions in China have been instructed to stay indoors due to extremely high winds. A cold vortex from Mongolia is forecast to cause wind speeds of over 90 miles per hour. State media outlets have warned that people weighing less than 110 pounds may be, quote, easily blown away. Along with causing massive travel cancellations, an upcoming half marathon has been postponed. The 2025 Beijing E-Town Half Marathon, originally scheduled for April 13th, was planned to be the first half marathon where humans would compete against humanoid robots. Over 12,000 humans and 20 robots were signed up to attend the event. Officials postponed to the event due to concerns that the wind gusts could, quote, topple the bots. And finally, some good news. Efforts against poaching in Nigeria are beginning to show results. The former illegal animal trafficking hub has cracked down on poaching with help from the Netherlands. The Wildlife Justice Commission, a 10-year-old anti-poaching INGO, has been focused on targeting poaching kingpins. This is a shift from old strategies, which were aimed at arresting lower-level poachers. Nigeria's renewed efforts aim to destabilize the poaching industry in Africa as a whole. The joint effort has reduced the number of trafficked elephants, rhinoceroses, and pangolins, the 3 most endangered African species. That's all from around the world for this week. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Zoe. Maya, what a tragic story. My heart goes out to the people of Dominican Republic.
Yeah, and I hope the people of Santo Domingo can find strength during such difficult times. Now, in lighter news, let's throw it over to Tommy Pardo and Adrian Esposito for all the updates in the entertainment world.
Welcome to the Mini Minute, where you get all your news on entertainment and pop culture. It has been 1 week since the Minecraft movie came out, and people are still buzzing about it. Starring Jack Black and Jason Momoa, the movie is based on the video game of the same name.
It also features Jennifer Coolidge of Legally Blonde and White Lotus fame, and Matt Berry from one of my favorite TV shows, The IT Crowd. The movie shows 4 misfits getting pulled into a mysterious portal, and they need to work together to return home. The movie hit $163 million on opening weekend, meaning it beat Barbie's opening weekend by $1 million.
A Goofy movie, one of the greatest animated films ever, had its 30th anniversary on April 7th. The 2 lead voice actors, Bill Farmer, who voiced Goofy, and Jason Morrison, who voiced Max, reflected on 30 years since the movie's release.
To celebrate, D23, the official fan club of the Walt Disney Company, is heading on the road for his summer 2025 world tour, giving fans the opportunity to relive iconic moments from the film and participate in great interactive experiences. This tour runs from Saturday, May 3rd in Las Vegas and concludes on Thursday, August 28th in Orlando. Included in these dates is a stop in the New York metropolitan area on Saturday, May 10th. So if you want to take part in the celebration, definitely check it out.
The Boss is back, and there's huge news regarding his vault of music. Last week, Bruce Springsteen announced the long-anticipated Tracks 2, The Lost Albums, will be out on June 27th. This collection of 7 studio albums recorded between 1983 and 2018 contains 82 previously unreleased tracks and 74 never-before-heard songs, including Rain in the River, which was released on April 3rd.
Springsteen's most recent album, Only the Strong Survive, which featured covers of soul and R&B songs, came out on November 11th, 2022. It will be exciting to see what other songs are released leading up to the full release of the Lost Albums.
Now let's shift gears and throw it to the sports roundup with Miles Reese, who is making his debut on the segment. Miles, what do you have for us?
Thanks so much for the intro, Tommy. We have a lot going on in the sports world this week, starting with Alex Ovechkin's huge career achievement. On Sunday afternoon at UBS Arena, Ovechkin scored his record-breaking 895th career goal, passing Hall of Famer Wayne Gretzky for the most in NHL history. He scored the goal on the power play, making it the 325th power play goal of his career, which is also the most in its league's history. His shot came from the left faceoff circle, which is known as Ovi's office. The Great Eight could also reach the 900-goal mark by the end of the regular season, which is not out of the realm of possibility. And moving on to the final showdown of March Madness in women's college basketball. The UConn Huskies beat South Carolina 82-59 this past Sunday, which makes their 4th NCAA championship win and their 12th title overall. And now the team's achievement doesn't just stop there. UConn's star player Paige Beckers is expected to be the WNBA #1 draft pick. And it was also quite an ending for the men's season as well. The Florida Gators beat Houston Cougars in a nail-biting 65-63-point victory, capturing their 3rd title overall and their 1st since 2007. The game came to a dramatic end when Florida's Alex Condon stole the ball from Houston's Emmanuel Sharp after he missed a 3-pointer, which set Florida up for the win. And speaking of the NCAA, the organization, along with 6 other conferences, are being sued by former Villanova basketball star Chris Jenkins. The lawsuit states that Jenkins' pay was limited and his ability to capitalize on name, image, and likeness was restricted. Jenkins spoke with John Clark of NBC 10 Philadelphia about the lawsuit. Take a listen.
I feel like all of us need what we worked hard and earned and deserve, because some of us, our max potential earning value was in college, and that's okay. Everybody can't make it to the NBA. That doesn't make any of us bad people. Yes, that is generational money that my family and I need, and hopefully we will get, because we deserve it. We earn that.
Now, this comes just after 9 years after he hit a 3-point buzzer-beating shot to lift Villanova over North Carolina in the 2016 National Championship game. And the Denver Nuggets have fired head coach Mike Malone and general manager Calvin Booth. This comes after the team has lost 4 consecutive games and are in danger of falling into the play-in. The Nuggets still have a general manager vacancy, but at this time, David Adelman will serve as the interim head coach. And that's it for your sports roundup this week. I'm Miles Reese. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Miles. And that wraps up today's Media Group show. This is the last time Maya and I will be anchoring for the Media Group at this desk, as we are both graduating in May.
It's definitely a bittersweet moment for us, as we've both had such an incredible time working in the studio. We're both so grateful for the experiences, the memories, and the opportunity to be a part of something so special.
It's been an honor to be a part of this chapter, and we'll always treasure the memories we made here. Wishing all the best to the Media Group in the future. Take care.